Our top local story on WBBM: residents in the city's South Shore neighborhood want the city to reverse the plan to house migrants at the vacant South Shore High School. They vented their feelings at a community meeting last night. WBBM's Carolina Garibay with the story.
One thing South Shore residents made clear is that they're angry and want answers.
I'm outraged and I don't understand why our community was chosen. We should have been contacted. We should have been, a huge meeting should have been taking place.
This is Nancy Hardy. Lori Lightfoot becomes the first mayor in 40 years to lose a second term.
Obviously, we didn't win the election, but I stand here with my head held high.
She thanked supporters, who she referred to as fierce competitors, and said she's praying and rooting for the next mayor.
One person died, at least 9 others were injured in an extra alarm fire that climbed up the outside of a high-rise in Chicago's Kenwood neighborhood. WBBM's Terry Keshner joins us live from 48th and Lake Park.
Rachel, we have just been briefed by Chicago Fire Commissioner Annette Nance.
This is Nancy Hardy at Brandon Johnson campaign headquarters, where the labor organizer and son of a pastor said his victory has brought a new chapter.
We celebrate the revival and the resurrection of the city of Chicago.
Our top local story on News Radio WBBM is happening right now. Chicago police SWAT officers are at the Trump International Hotel and Tower on North Wabash. WBBM's Rachel Pearson is live on the scene. Rachel, what's going on?
Well, Rob, armored trucks and squad cars continue to line Wabash Avenue right outside of Trump Tower. Chicago police say the SWAT response is related to a domestic incident.
Well, the music is set to start in a little more than a couple of hours at Soldier Field ahead of tonight's sold-out Taylor Swift concert and a weekend residency that's attracted a lot of attention, as well as Swifties from all over. WBBM's Andy Dane has the prime assignment. He's live on the lakefront with that story. Hi, Andy.
Hello, Lisa. Yeah, well, here outside Soldier Field, there is no shortage of excitement, energy.
You couldn't even hear the pick here at the Salt Shed. Cheers drowning out the whole Connor Bedard part, not that it was hard to figure out.
That was amazing.
Amazing. So can't believe it. It's a dream come true. That was insane.
The 2023 Chicago Air and Water Show. That sound is the Thunderbirds. Chris, what are we seeing here?
But our top local story here on News Radio WBBM: after weeks of fueling up, NASCAR is now burning rubber in downtown Chicago as its first ever street race takes over parts of Grant Park. Our own Brandon Eisen has been talking with spectators along the course.
Thousands of ticket holders making their way into the event, while outside the barriers, at least at the corner of Jackson and South Michigan Avenue, dozens of non-ticket holders are getting a pretty prime view through a steel mesh barrier.
And our top story, breaking news at Northwestern University. Joining us live with more information at the English Desk, WBBM's Judson Richards.
Hi, Keith. Yes, it felt inevitable at this point. Northwestern has fired head football coach Pat Fitzgerald.
Our top local story on News Radio WBBM: Chicago's mayor has introduced his pick for the next superintendent of Chicago Police. The details from WBBM's Brandon Eisen.
It is my honor and pleasure to bring to the podium the son of Inglewood, Chief Larry Snelling.
At the formal City Hall announcement, Mayor Brandon Johnson introducing CPD Counterterrorism Chief Larry Snelling as his choice to lead the entire police department.
Our top local story on News Radio WBBM: 2 women were wounded by gunfire last night as they sat in the outfield at Guaranteed Rate Field while the White Sox played the Oakland Athletics. WBBM's Mike Krauser reports. It happened at about 7:30 p.m. during the 3rd inning. Most of the people in the ballpark were unaware. Someone who was sitting in left field near where the women were wounded said he didn't hear any shots. He just saw a woman bleeding from a leg.
Our top story: leaders are updating reporters at City Hall right now about Chicago's efforts to shelter and assist migrants being bused here from Texas. The latest numbers show more than 3 buses are expected today, and dozens of advocates for immigrants' rights renewed their push to make sure those migrants can work when they get here. WBBM's Brandon Eisen with the story.
Permisos para quién?
Local elected officials joined immigrant workers, community members, and other leaders chanting their demands for President Joe Biden loudly in a small plaza while holding umbrellas in the rain. Work permits now.
Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Bo Duran is here with the latest problems on the CTA.
Yeah, the CTA Yellow Line, the Skokie Swift, has been shut down. This is because of a crash where a CTA Yellow Line train struck the back of some snow removal equipment in the CTA yard, but passengers were on the Yellow Line train as it pulled into the Howard station.